So, he generally lives in a stressful working life and wants to share with you some of the interesting new science that he's found on how we can all manage with stress in a much more positive way and handle life's ongoing challenges. Please welcome Daniel Mudd to the stage with a speech entitled The Different Side of Stress. Daniel Mudd, everybody!
Okay, so hands up, who's scared of stress? Come on, more hands, yeah, that's more like it. Okay, let me ask you another question. Hands up, who believes that stress is harmful to their health? Yeah, I would agree too. You know, stress is bad, it's toxic, isn't it? We always try and get around it, we always try to overcome it. We always seem to get this niggle that we always seem to get, and we can never get out of it. Only until last year, stress, anxiety, depression was the second most common work-related illness in the UK. Now that's number one. And this is costing the UK economy up to £6.5 billion each year. In the US, this is actually increasing to $300 billion a year. 300 billion, that's a lot of money, isn't it? Now, I don't know how they managed to get these figures. Just know it's a lot of money. So on this note, I want to really tell you a bit of an interesting topic that I found out when I researched into stress. If we cast our minds back to 1998, where there was a poll taken out in the US where 30,000 people were asked the question, do you believe stress is harmful to your health? Now, for the people that had high levels of stress, sorry, let me go back on that. So 8 years have passed, so it's 1998, 8 years have passed. The researchers scoured public records to find out who within them 8 years had died. And what the study has come out to say was that people that generally had high levels of stress in their lives had an increased risk of dying by up to 43%. 43%. However, this is only true for the people that believe that stress was harmful to their health. So for the people that believe that stress wasn't harmful to their health, actually had no increased risk of dying, it was actually lower than for the people who said relatives don't have a very stressful life. And it was an interesting concept to find out. So what the new new benefits and what the new science about stress is really telling us is that the best ways to deal and manage with stress isn't to avoid it or to try and reduce it. It's actually to embrace it and let it in. And once we change our mindset on that, we can change our body's response and how we deal with stress. And it provides a much more positive outlook on the challenge we become in our lives. Let me give you a little bit of an example. Say you've got to do a presentation just like I am now. You know, I'm nearly at the end now. It's been a very, very stressful experience. And I think a lot of us would agree that tonight. But I don't know if the guys who have met me at the start of the journey, I was a complete mess. I was and ahhing all over. And yeah, she's smiling there, she knows. Yeah. But I've really tried to strive to push myself to be better at this and do better. And I could see that through everyone's journey tonight. They've done a great deal of improvement in themselves. And it's really that mindset to tell yourself you can do it. It's that simple, that change of state where we change our mind's view on things and we remove that fear and provide focus. It's a focus, it's a drive. And that's really my message tonight, is to tell you to stop worrying, stop stressing, stop stressing, embrace stress. So next time you have to do a presentation, or you've got an interview to do, or I don't know, say if you've got something a little bit outside of your comfort zone, don't worry, embrace stress. And this is really my speech tonight, and there's loads of research behind this I think you should all read upon. And there's a woman I grabbed the research from actually, and she's a published scientist in the US, and she's named Kelly McGonigal, and she's done a lot of TED Talks on this. She's actually published a book called The Upside of Stress, and I really want you guys to think outside the box on this and go with me, because it's changing the way I'm viewing stress, and I'm hoping tonight you'll see that I've tried to overcome my stress, although I am slightly receding. So I'm hoping one day to grow it back, but probably not. But there you go. Thank you for listening, guys.
Well done.
Cheers.